y'all, today we are going to make a sweet treat that is so simple. It's a cherry crisp, and ours is going to be gluten-free. And here is what is in it. It is so easy. We just need one dish. And yes, it is a Christmas dish, but it does say made with love, and it is. No bad words, as my son would say whenever he was little. Did you make that with love and no bad words? That's right. So anyway, 1 can of your favorite cherry pie filling. And this goes right in, and there's no crust at all. So this goes right in, and I have my oven preheated to 375. Okay, now to this. This is the magic. This is where the magic happens. There's that one thing in every recipe that makes it better. This is almond extract, and you're just going to use 1/4 of a teaspoon. And because it's so potent, I'm going to measure that. And you're just going to use 1/4 teaspoon. I love this, y'all. It reminds me of Jergens hand lotion. It just smells so good. And then you just take your little, whatever your utensil choice is, and just spread that around in there. Okie dokie. Now to this, I have cubed up. The recipe calls for 4 slices of bread, but this is a gluten-free Canyon Bakehouse. I don't know if y'all can see that for the glare, but it's a smaller, so I used about 5. And what you do, you just want this to be you want it to get it in the pan, not all over the place, but you're just going to put this in a layer. So I'm just going to put it in here, and then I'll arrange it as we go. The very first time I made this, when I took a bite, and my husband took a bite, and we looked at each other, and I thought I was going to get weak in the knees. It was so good. So you're just going to cover all of this up so it's covered as much as possible. Okie doke. There we go. Now I have 1 stick of butter that I have melted. To this, I'm going to add 1 cup of sugar. I'm not going to use monk fruit this time, y'all. We're going for it. We're just going to use some pure d'o sugar right there. And I'm going to give this a little stir. And I'm going to use 1 teaspoon of our homemade vanilla. Now this is the one that I made with bourbon. And it tastes great, y'all. It has a really smooth smell. I'm going to use a teaspoon of this, and I'm not going to eyeball it. I'm just going to measure it up. And the other one that we made, we used vodka in it like they do at the store-bought kind. And it's wonderful too. And I did burn myself. So when I was making bread the other day, see? So that's what that is. If anybody's wondering what Kimmy has done to injure herself, well, I had a cooking burn just a little bit. So, but I put some lavender oil on it, so it's getting better. Now I have 1 farm fresh egg, and I'm just gonna. Now this butter has cooled off somewhat, so it's not going to cook this egg. And you're just going to beat this egg just a little bit. And in it goes. And since eggs are sky high these days, we're going to get every little bit of that in there. Let's give it a really good mix. Okay, now we're just going to pour this over the top. And I cannot wait until it warms up outside and we can do some desserts on the pit boss, because this is going to be fantastic on the pit boss. And I love to use that thing, y'all. You can bake on it, you can make pizzas. It's just a very versatile thing, especially in the summertime. I don't like to get the kitchen hot unless you have to. So anyway, there we go. All right, dearies, I'm gonna put this in the oven, and it says to cook it from 30 to 40 minutes. And so I'm gonna set my timer on 30, and then I'm gonna give it a gander and look at it, and we'll get back together when it's out and ready to take a taste of. So, doesn't that look pretty? It's gonna be delicious. So see y'all back in a little bit. Okay, y'all, it is out of the oven, It smells and looks amazing, and I've let it cool down where you can actually touch it and you won't scorch your mouth. But I let it cook for a little over 40 minutes, probably 42, 43 minutes. And it was just bubbly and just wonderful smelling. So we're just going to get us a little bite of this here. Let's don't short ourselves none on this. We're going to make this count, aren't we? Okay, let's get us a bite. It's a little crunchy. Y'all, oh my good golly gee whiz. This is Larapin. Y'all have got to make this. You can use a can of apple pie filling if you don't care for cherry, and you can add a little cinnamon to it. Where there's cherry, we use cherry and almond extract, but you could use apple and a little bit of cinnamon, and then you could use regular bread. You don't have to use gluten-free, but my husband's going to love this because it's so fabulous. Got him a little dish right here. I'm going to give him some up. So anyway, this is a very, very good thing, y'all. And to make your tum-tum happy whenever you make it. So I'll see y'all next time, and we're going to chow down on something yummy. Okay, y'all, I talked to my friend Gail Parkhurst from Tennessee, and this is her cookbook that this luscious cherry crisp recipe came out of. And I'll show it to you kind of where y'all can see what it says. It is such a good cookbook. It has so many good references in it. For instance, here is how to judge, like if you have hot rolls for 25 people, 50 people, or 100 people. And it's just full of all kinds of stuff like this. And she can be reached on Facebook, and I'll type out how you spell her name, but it's Gayle, Gayle, Parkhurst, Parkhurst. And she is a sweet, sweet lady. But she has 3 volumes, and this is her first one, and I dearly love it. And she's just a sweet lady. So anyway, I want to share this with y'all because I love it. And when I go back and forth to the cabin, this is in my tote because I love it. It's got so much good stuff in it and references too. So anyway, go check out my friend Gail. You'll be glad you did. Bye, y'all.